did Donald Trump actually win anything? The president walked the United States to the very edge of a trade war with Mexico and, of all places, Canada. The two nations, Trump says, blinked. And he says that they are offering clear, tangible concessions. But take a look at what Trump, quote unquote, won, and it adds up to something you regift your neighbor with new wrapping paper. In exchange for abandoning tariffs, Trump says Mexico is sending 10,000 troops to the border, and Canada is implementing a $1.3 billion border plan. Only Mexico and Canada were already doing that. Mexico sent 15,000 troops to the border in 2019 during the first Trump term, and then in 10,000 troops when Biden was president. Canada announced the same border plan that Trump is touting today themselves back in December, weeks before Trump took office. The actual thing Donald Trump might have won, though, for now, is the good graces of Wall Street traders. The market started the day with a spiral, and then Trump announced the deal, and the spiral turned into a stabilizing rally. Joining us at the table are Catherine Rampell, CNN's economics commentator, and CNN international anchor and CNN business editor-at-large, Richard Quest. Richard, I'll have to start with you on this one. I mean, a game of chicken, but for what?
Oh, well, yes. Let's just take the markets, first of all. The markets went down very sharply because they feared the worst. They rallied back because the worst didn't happen. But if anybody believes that it won't all happen again, then they're a fool. These markets are anticipating, and at the first whiff of another real tariff war, they will go down again because the interconnected nature of business between Canada, Mexico, and the United States is so close, with the Europeans similarly. You cannot mess around with this and there not be consequences. It is as simple as that.
I mean, some people lost money today, and it does not seem that there is any good reason why. All of these things that Trump said that he was getting, he's either gotten more in the past or it was already announced in the past.
I disagree. First of all, I think the reason he did this is one simple phrase: behavior modification. He's trying to modify the behavior of our neighbors, and he's already having some success with these strategies. If you look at what he did with Colombia, if you look at what the news was over
Nothing happened with Colombia
he took
either.
the people.
Mexico,
If you look,
They were taking deportation flights.
I love this show.
No.
This is my favorite show. It's
Because
called
you're lying.
Let's all scream at
No,
Scott.
it's called informing our audience.
Hold on.
Colombia
everybody.
was already
Hold on,
taking deportation flights.
Scott, I do know that you love this part of the show. I know that you love this part
That's
of
what
the
I
show.
know. I'm right. And
But I'm here to keep you on task because we are talking about Mexico and Canada.
Yeah.
You're trying to change
No,
the subject
I'm not.
to Colombia.
I'm wrapping it all together. It's all part of the same thing.
Let's go back to what Trump got for threatening a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. What did he get,
On
Scott?
Mexico, he got a permanent set of troops, not temporary, just during surges. He got permanent troops. And on Canada, let me tell you what he got. Let me tell you what he got.
You cannot just, hold up, you can't just like insert your own qualifications into this. Where does it say that it's permanent?
The White House told me tonight that the commitment they have for Mexico is that they will
Do you
put
know how many?
permanent
Do you know how
troops
many
on the border.
troops Mexico had on the
It goes up
border
and down.
last
It goes
year?
up and down.
15,000.
It goes up and down. It's only it's temporary.
15,000.
So now they're getting a
Okay, let me
permanent
ask you:
force.
Is 10,000 more
Is
or
permanent-
less
is permanent
than
better than temporary?
15,000?
You know what's
permanent
more?
better
You know
than
what's
temporary?
more? The 93% decrease in border crossings. That's what we have today under President Donald
That
Trump.
happened under Biden.
No, it did not.
Yes, it
Comparing
did.
it year over year?
No,
That happened under
since
Biden.
President
How'd it go
Trump
for 4 years, Catherine?
took office,
Are you saying it was
we've
good?
seen a
Hold on,
93%.
Scott, hang on a second, please. Go
Wait,
ahead, Congressman.
since President Trump took office, there's been a 93% decrease on border crossings.
So from
That's
a very-
not
so
accurate.
from a
That is
very- hold on,
accurate.
Congressman.
That's not
This is coming
accurate.
from just for
Look at CBP data.
Hold on.
It fell last
it's in the
year.
hundreds now
For
versus the thousands a day.
For context, the number was very low when Trump took office, and now it's lower. Okay? So that's fine. But at the same time, the question is, he
And
threatened-
how high was it under Joe
Congresswoman-
Biden, though? It
Okay,
was
just like
thousands
Scott,
and thousands
I'm going
a
to keep
day.
everybody on task here on the topic that
No,
we're
no,
talking
no,
about.
no.
25% threatened tariff.
Yes.
What did he get in concessions concretely from these two countries?
Well, you
What?
didn't let us finish on Canada, by the way,
Yeah.
because he did get new things on Canada, which I'm sure you know. And I'm just going to read you Justin Trudeau's own statement. Canada is making new, and if I'll define it for you, that means not previously existing, commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar, list cartels as terrorists, ensure
fentanyl
24/7
czar.
eyes on the border, launch a joint task force, to make
All right, well, this is
money
probably-
laundering and organized crime.
Richard, I'm going to let you in here, but
This
I
is
gotta-
all new. It's all new.
Hold on.
Can I say something
Hold
before
on,
we go to commercial?
everybody. Richard, just give me 1 second. 1 second. We got to make sure that this is clear because you just put fentanyl on the table, figuratively.
Yeah.
They're 43 pounds.
Thank God it's not literal because it'll kill you.
43 pounds of fentanyl.
I wouldn't
come
recommend ingesting
from
it.
Canada, from the northern border. Okay, that's not 4,300, not 43,000, 43. Richard.
Okay, so we got these, knew this and knew that, and there's
Yes.
But was it worth pissing off and offending Canada, which is one of your closest allies? Was it worth all the angst, the drama, the raw emotion when you could have had it with a negotiation?
Can I also chime in? I mean, is that a direct question? Was
Yeah,
that
no, it
he's
is a
addressing
direct
it.
It was a direct question. I'm sorry.
Richard, so you seem to be extraordinarily worked up about what amounted to 12 hours of conversations between our governments. And the net result of it was everybody who didn't want tariffs should be, like you, should be happy. Everybody who wants less immigration should be happy. And everybody who wants less fentanyl, we should all be saying it's a
We are
win.
back at the
Because this
status
is going to come
quo.
back to bite in a way. First of all, Colombia. Second of all, Mexico. Third of all, Canada. Then you've got the European Union. All these allies are going to remember that they were bullied at the edge of a...
No, they're going to remember that the
can we-
United
but
States
can
is
we-
the dominant nation.
No,
in the
but-
world.
Oh!
They're going to remember
that
that
makes me
Trump
feel really
just
good.
wants
And we have a
That
president.
makes me feel really
And
good.
now we have a president.
Guys,
Here on a
real,
second.
really,
Okay,
really
Bakari,
quickly. I
you've
mean,
been patient.
everybody's chimed in. I've been patient. Nobody's ever really said that.
That's true. He has been.
But one of the things we forgot about in this entire kind of BS trade war and the posturing of Donald Trump versus other countries is the American public. And when you talk about the markets going up and down, when you talk about the chaos that this administration has caused for a trade war that results in tangibly no yards gained. I mean, this is the epitome of running a double reverse in the backfield, having the most amazing 2-yard run you've ever had in your lifetime, right? You expend a bunch of energy, but you don't move the ball far down the field at all. But you still have Americans who are facing these everyday rising costs. The best example I can give you of rising costs, today, Waffle House added a 50-cent surcharge across the country to eggs. A 50-cent surcharge.
Why?
Because of the rising cost
Why?
of eggs and bird flu and
Why?
everything else.
They're
And
killing the flocks.
But what I'm saying is that what I'm
Just so
saying,
we're clear.
But what I am also saying to you, Scott, is that in all of these arguments that everybody's making, no one is talking about the fact that the consumer, the American public, the people who have their 401ks in the market, the people who are buying goods every day, those are the people who are caught in this chaos. It's not a game of chicken.
No
It's a
tariffs
ga-
were levied.
But
None
that's-
were levied.
Okay,
But it's the
but think
zero,
of- no,
it's the
but-
uncertainty and the
Okay.
chaos.
First of all,
It's one
Trump
day.
is trying to repackage the status quo as a victory. That's what the leaders of these foreign countries are learning. You don't actually have to give Trump anything. You
just have to make it seem like
you have
he's
to let
getting
him
something.
announce victory on TV. Second of all, it's not actually back to the status quo. It is worse than the status quo. As Richard points out, we have tarnished our relationships with our allies whose help we need to rein in China, which I know you care about. Beyond that, think about the additional uncertainty that's being added to the business environment right now. If you are a company and you don't know if tariffs are coming or they're not coming, you don't know if your input costs are going to go up or they're not
Right.
going to go up,
That's true.
why would you invest? Why would you invest in oil pipelines, for example, to Canada? I know you really care about the Keystone Pipeline, for example.
I mean, the one that Biden killed.
Yeah, that
You know that would be the oil coming from Canada, which Trump is now threatening to tariff.
But
Why
we
would
didn't.
anybody
We have a deal.
We have
You
a
guys- you guys
30-day
gotta-
deal
Yeah, but
for
you guys-
nothing.
You guys
30
write
days.
your talking points 12 hours ago. It's 10 o'clock. Look what happened in the interim
you asked the
period.
question.
We
What
have a good
happened?
agreement.
You made the point.
Nothing.
The three people got together and said, you know
we
what,
will
Trump
do
is right and
exactly
we'll
what
help
we.
you.
And you
no,
know
You
what?
and
they
I will
said
have
we
to
will
agree to
do
disagree
exactly.
about that.
You might like
Trump
this
is going to
one.
figure out he
Hold
got
on.
rolled,
You might
and you
like
know
this
what's
one
going to
too,
happen?
Scott, because Trump apparently agreed at the request of both Canada and Mexico to stop the flow of illegal guns into their country, which is our big export into Canada and Mexico. So maybe something did change. I mean, I didn't realize that Trump was interested in gun control in that
Scott,
respect.
you said something. You just said that maybe the world will learn that the US is the dominant.
Yeah.
So that's a version of where does the 800-pound gorilla sit? Wherever it likes. But the reality is, that's true. No one would deny it. But it's a bully's mentality. It's a bully's mentality to go around the world saying my way or the highway.
Is it a bully or is it a leader standing up for his country and his people? Because the reality is, I'm still shocked that she
He's
said
taxing
that there
our
was
people.
No, I'm
He
still,
is taxing
I'm
our
still in
people.
shock that you actually said that the border crossings went down under Biden.
They
because
did
go
go down under Biden.
Yeah,
You know
let's be
why?
honest.
You know why they went
This is
down?
like so disingenuous.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me-
These are public data.
Hold on. Please stop.
These are
Why did-
knowable
All right,
facts.
we had
Bakari, just give me a
millions
second,
of
because
people
I-
enter this
listen,
country.
I want
Hold
you
on a
to
minute.
understand. I want you to understand that I'm just going to clarify because people are confused, right? Border crossings were at historic levels under Joe Biden. 100% true. They were
Historically
at-
high.
Yes,
That's what that meant.
historically
I just want to make
high.
sure it could be historically low.
No,
like unemployment under.
historically high levels under Joe Biden, 100%. But by the end of his term, before Donald Trump went into office, they decreased.
Why?
To a low
Why?
level.
When and why?
Because finally,
Because
after
an election
3
happens.
years, hold on.
An
No, that's
election
not what
happens.
happened.
That's not
Look
why
at the
it happened.
They saw
timeline.
that. They saw
You're
that
looking at the
Donald Trump was
timeline.
coming.
Hold on,
No.
Congresswoman. You'll
People
appreciate
stopped
what I'm going to
coming.
say.
Okay, I will
Because
go ahead.
Joe Biden realized that the border was a political issue.
Oh.
He put in place programs that helped to stop the flow late in the game. He did it late. But here's the thing.
Actually, the more important thing is he got Mexico to send more troops to the border,
And I wanna
which is the
play-
thing
Oh,
Trump is
let
taking
me-
credit
look,
for
here
now.
we are- I wanna play
Hold
something
on a
that the
second. I just have to say
president
something
said.
because we're here in the heart of New York City, and no city has seen this crisis more than ours. The way that we have seen gang members taking over our streets, the way we
I
have
get
seen
it.
crimes committed, stabbings, murders,
get it.
police officers being
I'm not-
assaulted.
and-
So
and
don't. I
nobody
mean, the thing is
no,
that
no.
Joe Biden
Nobody
created
is
that crisis with his
nobody
policies.
is denying that. We're just talking about
I
the
am.
numbers. But I want to play
I live
because
here.
you were
I feel
talking.
safe.
You were talking about Donald Trump and his relationship with our foreign allies. I want to play what he said about Canada today from the White House. Listen.
We don't need them to build our cars. I'd rather see Detroit or South Carolina or any one of our Tennessee, any one of our states build the cars. They could do it very easily. We don't need them for lumber. We don't need them for anything. I'd like to see Canada become our 51st state. We give them protection, military protection. Some people say that would be a long shot. If people wanted to play the game right, it would be 100% certain that they'd become a state. But a lot of people don't like to play the game because they don't have a threshold of pain.
A threshold for pain.
No, see,
for
this is
acquiring
this
another
is where
51st state.
this is my problem with this entire discussion. First, that's not how cars are made. That's first. There's no such thing as a wholly made American vehicle. Parts come from Mexico, parts come from Canada. All of these parts in the big three are then combined to make those vehicles here in this country. And so we need to understand that there is a nexus of teamwork that goes into place amongst our North American allies. The second thing is, and you alluded to this, but you didn't quite follow up, is the fact that he actually today said that in this battle of tariffs, et cetera, that Americans were going to have to feel some pain. He actually said that that people were going to, if Joe Biden, since you guys want to go back to the last 4 years, if Joe Biden at any point in time said that he was going to have an initiative where Americans would feel some pain, those same New Yorkers that you're talking about are going to have to, you have to go back in your district and tell them that our trade policy means you're going to have to feel some pain in your pocketbooks that already hurt. That doesn't sound like a winning strategy.
There's one, Catherine may want to jump in on this. There's one thing that does amuse me most, and this is this idea that tariffs are not inflationary. The president specifically said they're not inflationary. I've been doing this a long time. I've seen enough studies that all prove tariffs put up prices. They are inflationary, both in the short term and in the long term, because they get passed on to the consumer. Scott, do you accept that tariffs are inflationary?
I accept that tariffs are taxes, and I accept that. I accept that some prices could go up. And Bakari, you're right. Donald Trump said that you may feel some pain, but let me tell you why he said it. Because fentanyl is a scourge on this country.
Unquestionably.
Illegal immigration and the violence that's come with it is a scourge on this country, and we have
Let's
a
be-
moral obligation.
but let us
did
be
nothing
moral
about
obligation.
Let us
any
be
Moral
of that.
obligation.
honest. Let us be also honest. When we talk about fentanyl, it is not coming predominantly from Canada. He was talking about making Canada a 51st state. And if he was talking about fentanyl, that would be completely disingenuous because that's not where the fentanyl is coming from. But on the tariffs, to your point, tariffs are inflationary, they are taxes. And if Donald Trump were to talk to his friend, William McKinley, he would find out it is a bad political strategy to put tariffs on the American people. They lost dozens and dozens of Republican seats in the midterms after those tariffs went into place. Richard Quest, Catherine Rampell, thank you both very